To do a short Freecad video. I did one earlier, but it was complete trash. So I'm redoing it because I don't like to put out bad work. I guess I did anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it will be coming up to the site. So let's do this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Freecad. If you don't have Freecad, you can go to the freecadweb.org site and download yourself a copy. It's for Linux, Mac, and PC. So you're covered all around. Here on this front page, they give you a good amount of information about how to get started, how to do all that, different workbenches, what you use them for, and pretty much a introduction to Freecad. When you have time, you go ahead and check it out. It's really worth the effort. First thing we're going to do here is go to File and New. This front page pops up and there's really nothing on there, and you really can't do anything on this page except for maybe name your file. So you go to File, Save As, and Daffy Duck. It doesn't really matter what you name this. This is going to be just a tutorial. And go to the workbenches. You drop down. And here you have all the different workbenches for different jobs you might want to do. If you want to build a ship, they have that. If you want to build a robot, they have that. If you want to design a part, they have that. If you want to work with squares and cubes and cylinders and use those parts with other parts to make different parts, they have that. If you want to use the drawing workbench, they have that. The complete workbench, which is all the workbenches combined in one. I really wouldn't suggest you use that in the beginning because sometimes it's a little finicky. So I'm going to go to the part design workbench first. Once you're here in the part design workbench, you're going to see a bunch of funny little things. First thing you're going to do is hit this right here. This is the create a sketch icon. You can't really touch any of this stuff until you hit that. So go ahead and hit that, create a new sketch, and hit OK. Now the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to take this and drag, as soon as the little arrow comes up, drag this over here so give me some more room. And I'm going to open this up a little bit. This is very modular, so you're able to move things around exactly how you want them, so you can see everything. Okay. First thing we're going to do is just grab a circle. So regular old circle. Left click that, and you see it's attached to my cursor here. And I'm going to go down and put it right in the middle of that dot until it turns yellow. I'm going to hit the left click button and drag it out. When I drag it out to where I want it, I'm going to hit the left click button again. Now you have your circle and it's constrained on one point, which means it can't move from that one point. It can get bigger, but it can't go anywhere because it's locked to that dot that we hit in the middle. When it turns yellow, it kind of locks it on that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this radius, hit left click, hit the radius button over here, hit that, and we can change our radius here. Hit 50 millimeters, and everything's in millimeters unless you want to change it. It's in metric unless you want to change it, so we're going to leave it in metric. Hit enter, and there you go. You have a 50 millimeter circle. Once you're done with that, it's fully constrained. It can't go anywhere. It's just a circle. It's very simple. It can't move, so you don't need to constrain it anymore. Constraints just keep it where it's at, so it can't move, and that's a whole process in itself. You can go ahead and fiddle with that later with the other shapes and see how that works out for you. We'll hit close, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my middle mouse button or tracking ball button and I'm going to use my tracking ball to move this around so I can show you how that moves around. That's not how it comes. If you want to change that to make it do that, go to Edit, Preferences, go to Play, and you can change it here, 3D navigation. My 3D navigation says Blender. I'm going to change it to CAD and leave it on that. Hit OK. Actually, I want it to be Blender. Why I change that? Display. I want it to be Blender. Okay. Now that you have your circle, go ahead and hit the edge with the circle, the outside of the radius of the circle with your left click button, and then hit pad. And once you hit pad, you can see you have a three-dimensional object here. It is now a cylinder. Over here in the dimensioning tool, you can go up, you can go down with the cylinder. And now you have something you can work with. Hit OK. And edge of the cylinder. And here you have two options: fillet and chamfer. Hit fillet and then go up in millimeters. And as you can see, now you know what fillet does to the cylinder on the edge. I know you can imagine the things you can do with this, buttons and other objects, but that's pretty much it. And hit OK. And if you want to get rid of that, go to Model, go to Fillet, hit left click, hit Delete. Go to Task. OK. Now hit that edge again, go to Chamfer, and go up. And as you can see, it has a different effect. Okay. Go to Model, Chamfer, and Delete. Now you have this cylinder. And you say, okay, well, there's nothing I can do with this cylinder. It's just sitting there. No, well, you can do other things with it. Go to Pad and go down in Model now. You have to be in Model. Go to Pad and go down to the Properties and go to Length and just hit that. And as you can see, it made it longer. Go to Pad again. Go to you can mess with it. Plane, mid-plane, reversed. Or you can't really do anything with that with the pad. But as you can see, you can mess with the properties and change it to fit your whatever you want to do with it. Alright, well that's the end of that short tutorial. I'm doing more advanced tutorials as time goes on. But this is just something to show you, and you know, you can play with it, play with different shapes, and see what you come up with. Alright.